Right. So in the last class, what is the table we have considered? Z1030 EFE, right? So this table has got three columns: employee number, employee name, designation, and it has got some 5 records. Okay. As of now, this table contains 5 records. They are the 5 records, and we have created what one business object. If you go to BAPI code in the alphabetical order, what is the business object we created? Z1030 OBJ, right? We have created multiple things. This is one of them, Z1030 OBJ, and the object type is what? Z1030 type. Okay, what is the API method? ZBAPI insert EMP. The function model is ZBAPI underscore 1030 underscore insert underscore EMP. Okay, we are able to call this from what? ABAP program. Then we are trying to develop what? A legacy application. So let me open that. So this is the legacy application I have designed, right, which contains what? Employee number, employee name, and designation, right? And here I wrote some code here. I wrote some code. Clear? So this is the code available as of now. One second. This is a form. Now, if you see the table has got how many entries? 5 entries. It has got 5 entries. Now I'll try to run this application. Okay, this is a VB application. I'll say F5. Understood? For execution, I'll say F5. Yeah, it is asking me what to which SAP system you want to connect. Okay, so I'll go for what where we have developed the business object EHP 7. It is asking me the credentials. I got the message what connected to what SAP. I'll give some data here. I'll give 200. Right, I'm entering some data. I'll click on the button. Record inserted. Okay. So if you go back and check the table, earlier 5 records, when I refresh, I got 200 Krishna Kumar and what? Manager. Am I clear? Okay. Then I'll enter one more record. Suppose 77 is already there. Okay, I'll try to enter 77. Insert record not in because key field. Okay, I'll enter 770. Record inserted. So check the table. I got 770. Done. Working fine. So this is the way how the what legacy programs will work. Understood? Already I've shared this code also. Let's see BAPI modifications. So any questions? Right? So let's see BAPI modifications. Right. So if you see these BAPI modifications, BAPI extension is what you have done. By using the BAPI extension, we are trying to pass the data for customer specific fields and we are able to read the data for customer specific fields. Now BAPI modification means we cannot directly modify the BAPI. Okay, we cannot directly modify the standard BAPI, but we have to make a copy of that. So let me check the standard documentation. So I'll just open Google. Right, so here let me search for BAPI what? Modifications. Right, so I'm opening the standard link here. Modifying BAPIs with the standard documentation. Okay, right, so this is the documentation given by SAP itself. So you can see here, if customers wants to functionally enhance a BAPI. If customers wants to functionally enhance a BAPI supplied by SAP by adding what? New parameters, changing existing parameters, or changing the code of the function model upon which the BAPI is based, then this is only possible through modifications. Okay, BAPI modifications cannot be made to the business objects delivered in the standard system. So if you go to what? BOR, if you go to BAPI T code, these are all the standard business objects given by what? SAP. So what they are saying, we cannot directly make the changes to what? The business object type delivered by what? System. Instead, you have to create a subtype of what? Business object type. Understood? Instead, you have to create a subtype of the business object type and then redefine the what? BAPI method inherited from what? Superior business object for this subtype. Am I clear? So what they are saying is, it seems that we cannot directly modify this BAPI. What you have to do? You have to inherit them. You have to inherit them and make the necessary changes. Okay, so let's see how to do the BAPI modification. So there is the further documentation. You have to go through all the lessons. Done? Okay. Right. Now here, I'll take a very simple example. I'll take one of the standard BAPI. Yeah. Just observe here. We have the business object. What is the business object? Company code. So the business object is company code. What is the business object type? Bus 0002. Bus 0002. Done. If I expand this, each business object will contain what? API methods. One of the method is get list. Okay, so the API method is get list. And what is the BAPI function module? Hmm? Yeah, I think I have changed it. But one second. Someone has modified this. Yeah. So see here, Let me do it here. So what is a business object here? Company code is a business object, and business object type is bus 0002. What is the API method? Get list. And what is the BAPI function model? BAPI underscore company code underscore get list. Okay. So the current functionality. Let us understand what is the current functionality of this particular BAPI. Okay, so when I double click on this, it takes a control to function builder. What it is going to do? It is going to return me the list of what? Company codes. Okay, so doesn't have any import parameter, contains export parameter, contains an internal table which contains a list of what? Company code. So when I execute this, good. Sorry. How many entries it is giving? 81 entries. Right? It is returning me the company codes. 81 entries, na? Right? So, one second. Yeah. So, as of now, it is returning all the company codes. How many entries are there? 81 entries. So, let me go to a table. I'll go to a table called as T001. T001, which contains what? Company codes. Okay. If I go to contents, how many entries are there? 81. Is it clear? So T001 is a table which contains what? Company codes. How many entries are there here? 81 entries. So what is the understanding? This function module is returning what? The company, all the company codes from which table? T001. It is returning what? Company code and what? Company name. Company code and company name. It is returning BUKRS, company code, and BUTXT. What is this? Name of what? Company code. So the current functionality is what? Returns the list of what? Company codes configured in what? SAP system. So what in which table? T001. Understood? This is the current functionality. Make clear, this is the current function. Now my required functionality is, okay, required functionality is this function module. Does it have any parameters? This function module don't have any import parameters. Okay, so my requirement is I have to pass the range of what? Company codes. I have to pass the range of company codes. It has to return me only the company codes between that range. Okay, so as of now it is returning me 81. All the entries from what T001 table. Suppose I will give the range as 1000 to 2000. So only between 1000 to 2000 only it has to return. Okay, so am I clear? So what are the changes I have to do now? Based on the range, it has to return me what? The range of company codes and their description. So what are the parameters I have to take? Some lower limit and what? Upper limit kind of thing. I have to take two parameters and I need to modify the source code. Somewhere they have modified what? They have written some select statement. I need to modify this. But this is a standard function model given by you, SAP. Very clear. So if I try to open it in what? Change mode. If I try to open it in change mode, it is it is opening with something in what? Enhanceable mode. Enhanceable mode. Okay. Suppose one second. Clearly, if you want to understand, suppose I'll take this one. Yeah, we are the business object what? Bank. Okay. In this we have what? Get list. Displays what? List of what? Bank. So if you double click on this function model has got some parameters. If I go to this, if I execute this, yeah, it is asking me which country banks you want to return. I'll give what? Yes. How many entries I got? 51 entries. Understood? So, what are the input values it is taking? Only what? Country key. Suppose I have to enter multiple countries. I have to enter multiple countries. So, what I have to do? I have to pass one more parameter now. So, I need to open it in what? Chain mode. Okay, if I open in chain mode, it is asking what? Access key. And if I have to modify the source code also now. If I go to source code, if I open it in chain mode, it will ask you what? Access key. So, I cannot directly modify what? Standard objects. That's what the documentation is saying. What is that? BAPI modifications cannot be made to the business object types delivered in what? Standard system. Okay. Instead, you have to create a subtype of what? Business object type and then redefine the BAPI method inherited from the superior business object. Understood? So let us see what is the requirement now. Requirement is what? What is the requirement? Return the list of company codes and their what? Company names based on the what? Given what? Range. Given lower limit and what? Upper limit. Okay, so what is the documentation saying? I cannot directly modify. Understood? I need to inherit and do the changes. So what is the procedure you have to do is I'll use a different server. Yeah. So company code is the main business object. What is the object type? Bus 0002. What is the API method? Get list. And this is the existing function model. So I need to actually, if you think ABAP perspective, I need to modify what? Function model. Okay. The legacy programmer will do changes to what? Get list. So we are not bothered about that. I need to make the changes to this one only, na? But I cannot directly make the changes. It will ask you for what? Access key. Okay, it will ask you for access key. So what I'll do is BAPI company code get list done. So I'll make a copy of that function model. I'll make a copy of the function model and I'll make the necessary changes. I require one function group now for showing the function model. So let me create a function group. It's a new server. So I'll create a new function group. What is function group? I'll give the function group name as something Z1030 group. It does not exist. I'll create the function group. I'll okay. One second. Let me cancel. First, let me create the package also. Okay. I'll go to package. I'll give the package name as C1030 pack. Package does not exist. Done. Package is ready. Now I'll create what? Function group. Z1030 group does not exist. I'll give the package. What is that? Z1030 pack. Done. Function group is ready. Let me activate this. Right click on this and say activate. Then it is activated. Okay, function group is active. Now what I have to do? I have to make the I have to copy that particular standard function group. So I'll go to SC37, right? BAPI underscore what? BAPI underscore company codes. BAPI underscore company code underscore what? Get this. I have to make a copy of this one, you know, right? So this is a standard function model. I'll click on what? Copy. Understood? I'll click on copy. I have to copy it to Z now. So I'll give it as what? Z. And when you are copying, you have to follow the BAPI standards. BAPI function model must start with what? BAPI underscore same story. So it is starting with what? BAPI underscore. Done. I'll store in my own function group. What is the function group? Z1030 what? Group. Am I clear? So I'm giving the function group. Done. So the function model is what? Copied. Clear? Now I need to do the necessary changes. What is the change? I can open this in change mode now, right? So here you can see I have to add what? Two parameters. One is for holding the lower company code, another is for holding what? Upper company code. What is the table we are referring? T00. What is the field you have to refer? Bookers. Character of what? 4. So tell me how do you proceed? I have to take two parameters. One is for holding lower limit, another is for holding what? Upper limit. So what I have to do? Sorry? I have to take two parameters. No? Can I say directly like this? Suppose I'll say I underscore not I, L underscore what? Bookers. Okay, type. What is the table? 3001 hyphen what? Bookers. Is it fine? Yesterday we have seen one. This must start with what? BAPI, na? The parameter references must start with what? BAPI. Is it clear? So what I'll do is, before I do this, let me create my own structure first. And this reference should be what? Either structure or a structure field. Either structure or structure field. So let me create a structure. What is the data element of this? BU carries. Done. So just observe here. I'll go to